All right, what's up, my people? Appreciate you guys joining me. I put a poll in the live, so let's start talking about it. You guys already got a couple votes. 100% say Roach won. Man, let's get into it. All right, so we're gonna do kind of the same format as last week. Just basically 4 rounds. We'll go 4 questions and talk about it. But what do you guys think? Start telling me in the comments what let's see. Big Mess said Roach. Hell exclamation points. Oh man, a lot of people are saying that, man. A lot of people are saying that. Let's see what the poll's at right now. 100% Roach won. All right, guys. So let's talk about, what everyone's talking about, right? Should the knockdown been called a knockdown when Tank took a knee? Obviously. Obviously, it should have been. It was real random. It was real random how that happened. Roach landed, I believe it was a right hand right before that. What was a little telling that I don't hear a lot of people talking about, and maybe my hardcores know, perhaps seen it, but there was that dude on Instagram who recently posted Tank getting knocked down. Did you guys see that in sparring? What's my man's name right here? Team Hammer Hands. Julian Rodriguez. Did you guys see that? Julian Rodriguez apparently has video. He posted the video of when he was in the amateurs and sparred Tank, or not sparred Tank, had a fight with Tank in the amateurs, and he got he hit Tank with like a left hook, and there was like a little delayed reaction, and Tank took a second and then took a knee, very similar to what happened with Roach's with the Roach fight. It makes you think. It questions, right? If obviously Tank said the grease got in his hair, all that. I don't know, about you guys, but when anything's in my eye, just a simple wipe of a towel is not getting stuff out, right? You got to like wash something out of your eye. So it was very, and having that amateur video come out with Julian Rodriguez having clipped Tank taking a second, then going down is very, very telling. Either way, should have been called a knockdown, right? You take a knee, you take a break. Apparently, you should have got disqualified also for going to his corner and getting like assistance. I'm obviously, Otal didn't help him, in the fight itself, but the rules are rules, right? So, man, that's should have been a knockdown. Regardless, black and white, should have been a knockdown. You take a knee in the moment of action, it should have been a knockdown. That's just what it is. The first time Tank's ever been knocked down, it would have been officially. So that just didn't happen, right? Let's see. All sports are rigged. The circus is pre-planned. The joke is on those who believe it. All right. Steve Willis is a great ref. Just dropped the ball on that play. Man, I completely agree with you there. I think it was just, he is a great referee. He is normally very, very good. Just missed it. Checking on the poll, we got 78% of people say Roach won, 11% Tank won, 11% say a draw was fair. Yeah, it's fluctuating, but the fact that 71% say Roach won is Man, that's telling. That's super, super telling. All right, let's get to what the rumor is, which I don't know if you guys have heard it, but here we go. The New York Commission might overturn this result. You know, where was it? Lamont Roach tweeted that let me read exactly what he said so I don't misquote the dude. Did he take it down already? No, here it is. All right, let me share this with you guys so you guys can see what I'm talking about. All right, here you guys see Lamont Roach's Twitter, and right there in the center. Wait, is it in the center? Did I move it? Let me. Where is it? Where is it? I just saw it. Oh, I think he got rid of it. Man, I just saw it right now. I guess he literally just let's see. If they overturn Saturday, it'd be the first good decision the Athletic Commission's made in some time. You know, the Athletic Commission did overturn Devin Haney's loss to Ryan Garcia after Ryan Garcia tested positive. You guys know that. Man, I literally just saw it, and I think he erased it. Let me see, because I have it. Man, these guys tweet stuff and take it down. But I'll read it from my thing here. He said, "Word around the block is y'all favorite fighter fitting to be 30-1, not 30-0-1. 2-time, 2-division champ." So, you know, like Lamont said, it sounds like, I don't know if he knows something. Obviously, Robert Diaz, I want to say, is his manager, big boxing guy, been in boxing game for a long time. He's the one that brought Lamont Roach to Golden Boy. And the New York Boxing Commission has done stuff like that, right? Like they overturned Devin Haney's loss to Ryan because of the positive drug test. You know, there should be instant replay in these events now, where there's a judge sitting ringside, looks at it, and decides, hey, that's what happened with Virgil and Stanionis in Vegas. Stanionis caught Virgil, I want to say, for a second round, dropped him, and at first they ruled it a slip. Later on in the same fight, they switched it back, called it a knockdown. The judges changed their scorecards. You know, this probably should have happened in this case, right? But they let it ride. I mean, the commission could do it. The commission could say he took a knee. You know, I we'll see what happens. Maybe even they don't do that just because it you know, who knows if the judges' scorecards would have been affected. I'm assuming obviously they should have been. I don't think Tank did enough to get better than a 10-8 round in that fight. But they could disqualify him, though, because he did go get his face wiped by his coach. You know, that it could be that we saw Tank's first loss and it's legit. It might legit happen. That would be justice for Roach for sure, 100%. Let's see. Tank Turner zero has to go, I guess. I don't know. I think you mean, I don't know what you mean there. I think you mean his 0 has to go. Either they're gonna make. Okay, let me put some of these on here so that you guys can see what I'm talking about. Either they're gonna make a media rematch, or if either they're gonna immediate rematch, or if Tank don't fight him next, the belt goes to Roach. That's another thing too, right? Tank has a belt, so if they overturn the verdict now Lamont is the champion. Tank got his hair done Tuesday and playing to Greece Saturday. The hype train is over. Yeah, the Greece thing is super crazy. Super crazy. That brings me to, my next question. Should it be, an immediate rematch, or should he go after a Shakur or a Keyshawn or a Loma? Tank said something in the post-fight about that his next opponent came to the locker room. I don't know. He said it wasn't Shakur. Shakur was there. Jake Paul was there. I've heard rumors that maybe it was Jake, but I didn't see Jake in the locker room either. Maybe they were careful about not showing all the people that were in Tank's locker room. Just obviously it didn't go according to script, right? Like, it was a draw. It wasn't a win. It wasn't a KO win like everyone was saying. So I don't know. I don't know who it was supposed to be. Isak Cruz was there as well. Isak Cruz did go in the back and say what's up to Rayo. He said what's up to Gary Antoine Russell. Maybe it was Isak. Obviously, Isak's been talking about a rematch for a while. I don't know. I don't know if that's going to be it. But so I don't know. I obviously feel like the immediate rematch should happen. It sounds like Tank was tweeting today as well. Let me see if I can bring that up. Tank was tweeting today that something about it could happen in March. Let's see if Tank also takes down his tweets like hella fast. So let's see. Oh, here we go. Let me add it to here so you guys can see it. So yeah, here we have Tank. Tank talking about the grease in his hair. I could only blame myself. But this is what happened. I could only blame myself, but say no more. This guy's fake. I don't know. Tank talks about people and doesn't retweet them or anything like that. But this is what Tank said as well. The rematch can be soon too, like end of May. Here's Amanda Serrano talking about when that happened to her, where she had to cancel the fight like day of because product got into her eye. Here he says again, and say no more. I'm pushing for the rematch. What was this part? What was this last thing? Oh, there's Tank showing when Terrence got dropped. So let's see what else you got here. Jack said something about him and Tank and their weights. Jack? Oh, Jake. Oh yeah, Jake said something about he'd beat him, but obviously because he's a lot bigger, I don't know, something like that. I saw that as well. Let's see where the poll's at. All right, we got Roach winning by Roach won 76%, Tank won 10%, and then 14% of you guys say the draw was fair. Yeah, I guess that brings me to my last question, which is, who really won? Again, I think the poll, you guys said 76% Roach won, Tank won 10%, draw was 13%. I saw a very close fight. I need to rewatch it and really score it. Just kind of the visual of the fight when the draw was announced. Because of the knockdown had the knockdown been scored, I think it would have, that would have been it, right? It would have been clear as day. But because the knockdown wasn't scored, it's tough. I think we definitely, as we should, give credit to Roach for taking the shots that he took. He he took some shots from Tank that when we see other guys take, they fold. Um, so credit to him. I think, there's an allure to somebody doing better than you expected them to do. I think Lamont Roach shut a lot of people up. A lot of people that were saying, in the media that he was going to get like iced, he was going to like just going to be another highlight reel knockout. And clearly it wasn't. Lamont was a much better fighter than everyone who wasn't on Lamont Roach's team said. Really, even Tank's team was telling us that he was a great fighter. So credit to Lamont, man. He, win, lose, or obviously he got the draw, but we'll see how it plays out again with the commission, what happens with the commission. If he gets that win over Tank, we're looking at an immediate rematch for sure. Tank is not messing with anybody until he gets that back. And now we have a whole new player, right? Because if you're Lamont, you wait for Tank. You wait for the Tank rematch. Yeah, it'd be nice to fight Shakur and fight for a belt, but why would you not take another bag against Tank? Tank turns his back and technically ref supposed to stop the fight. You're right. That's another thing that we're not talking about. He not only did he take the knee, but he walked over, he turned his back, walked over to the corner. The ref could have easily been like, oh, he wanted. I've seen that happen plenty of times where a fighter takes a knee and the ref just kind of immediately is like, oh, this, you're turning away from the action. You don't want the action. You don't want that action, boss. Let's see. Roach and Isaac Cruz came in at their weight and can handle take punch. The weight train guys can't handle it. Yeah. Oh man. I mean, it's crazy. I feel like just kind of to end things and to just kind of talk about like just my final thoughts on the whole thing. I really feel that I think there was something to Tank taking Roach lightly. I think the coach change for the time being was different. Was something that Tank, I think, was different. It was definitely different. So I know he's worked with Barry before. I know they've been a team before, but there's something to Tank and Calvin have a very, very close relationship. And he calls Calvin Pops. Calvin used to brought Tank in as a kid. Tank slept at Calvin's house. Like Kenny Ellis told me a story once that Tank was sleeping outside of the gym waiting for these guys to get there. So their bond is incredible, right? So not having that guy in your corner, Tank, I really do feel Tank was have we ever seen Tank this way in media events, right? Like in nice to his opponent, smiling at his opponent. He turned it up a little intense in the weigh-in, but then he still shook his hand to make a bet, right? So he's never like that. And I think that had a lot to do with what happened on Saturday. I think maybe the level of intensity, the Andre Ward one time, I was asking him about, I don't remember who it was, but I think it was about Jaron Ennis. It was about Jaron Ennis. And he was telling me, Jaron maybe didn't look as spectacular as he did in his last fight. And it was a rematch of a guy that, he didn't want to fight again. And Jaron and Andre Ward told me, you can't fabricate fear. You can't fabricate fear. You can't think in your mind, go to the gym, work hard and have that fear of like, I got to work hard because this dude, you know, I'm afraid about this with this dude. I'm worried about this with this dude. Like, you can't fabricate fear. And I don't think Tank feared Lamont at all. I think he really thought, oh, I just got to touch him. Once I touch him, he'll be out of there. I'll get another spectacular knockout. And, you know, everyone will go home happy and I can keep doing what I want. I'll turn this timer off now that we're done with the questions. And unfortunately, he should have feared Roach, not in the sense of, you know, maybe getting knocked out, although obviously that knockdown happened, right? And we talked about that already with, you know, it seemed a little bit of a slight delayed reaction of him kind of going down. I don't know. But you can't fabricate fear. And I think this time around, Tank maybe not will have the fear of Lamont, I don't know, knocking him out or hurting him or anything like that, but he has the fear of losing. Tank, you could even tell Tank, even with the Twitter, what he's been going on doing with Twitter, the stuff we were just saying, right? Like, you know, like some of this stuff, the rematch can happen in May. You know, him kind of posting people defending him. Tank himself said, you know, that he posting Amanda Serrano, kind of like backing him up on that. You know, Tank's trying to defend himself. And Tank himself said that, you know, he doesn't, one of his fears is to get memed. He doesn't want to get memed. He doesn't want to get knocked out in front of like people. He fears that. And I think that's the fear that he's can use to fuel himself for this rematch. The fear of maybe even anger now at this point, right? Like, because he clearly is upset and bothered by, you know, what the fans are saying, what the streets are saying, you know, that people thought he lost. Look at the poll that we're looking at right now. 76% of you guys thought that Roach won. 9% thought that Tank won. So not even Tank, even with the draw, was fair. It's just 15%, is barely at 21%. Like, you know, you could say kind of slight in favor of Tank, right? Like, but only 9% thought that Tank won. 15% thought the draw was fair. So that's never happened in a Tank fight, obviously, right? Normally knocks a guy out. The only other guy who went to decision was Isak, right? I believe. So Tank's mad. Talking about wanting to fight in May. When was the last time you saw Tank fight 2 months out from each other? Never, ever. Maybe when he was like a pro coming up, but never at this level has a superstar been like, oh, I want to fight in 2 months to get it back. He wants to get it back. So I think he lacked that fear in this fight, and I think we'll see a different version of him in this next fight. We'll also see a different version of Roach. Roach saw what he can do, saw what worked, saw what didn't work. You know, it's they're now it looks like they're not going to like each other a little bit. You know, before they were chopping it up, they were buddies. Now it's a little more like this is game time, you know. Gamboa was being Tank with a messed up ankle. Yeah, I was way back in the day. Gamboa, that was a good fight. I mean, these are the fights, right? Like Gamboa was a former champion at the time. Tank was coming up still. Tank was what? Had what, like 19-ish fights, 17-ish fights, something like that. Tank said if he goes to Saudi and don't get the knockout, he'll lose, but he stayed in America and lost and got a draw. Man, he might even bet in the loss because the commission might overturn it. Tank's scared of that Saudi money because he knows he's not that good. Tank's scared. I don't know if he's scared of Saudi money. I mean, I get it. He's going to get paid a lot and maybe take a loss, but I mean, I get what you're saying is what I'm saying. But I don't know. I don't. Obviously, there's. I see his reason. Like he said his reasoning, right, for not wanting to go over there and worried because Devin's his boy. Devin's. I'm sorry. He claimed that Devin was Turkey's boy. I don't know. I don't know about all that, but I don't think he has to worry about it. He's going to get a big bag now with Lamont Roach coming back in the rematch, because people want to see it. People are talking about it now. This is it's kind of what boxing needs at this point. One of its biggest stars didn't get the loss, might still get the loss, right? Because New York might take it away. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I'll keep you guys updated. But that's it for Box Lunch. I want to do this every Monday, just kind of recap what happened in the fights, recap what happened in boxing. Appreciate you guys all watching. Roach is the truth. Only loss was Jamel Herring. Shout out to Jamel Herring, who was able to kind of brag a little bit about, he has a win against Roach, right? A clear win. And people were clowning him about it. Good for Herring, man. I used to see Herring all the time at Manny Robles's gym. Great guy. Salute to the veteran. And man, we'll see. We'll see. The boxing streets are hot right now. Tomorrow, I'm gonna bring to you guys coverage from. Yeah, I saw he's basking in it. Yellow was basking in it. He might have been the happiest guy outside of like Roach and his team for getting the draw, because he might have been the happiest guy right behind them, man. Because he, as he should, he got the win. He could say, I beat the guy that Tank got a draw against. So shout out to Eric. But yeah, I'm gonna be back with you guys tomorrow. I got gonna interview Callum Walsh at Wildcard. His fight in New York coming up March 12th, I want to say 13th, something like that. And at Madison Square Garden, also the big stuff tomorrow. Ryan Garcia, Devin Haney, Teofimo Lopez, all in big fights. Ryan versus Rolly. That's a great main event to that fight. That the trash talking is going to be incredible. That's going to be some of the best trash talking ever. We also got Devin Haney versus Jose Ramirez, another good fight. Jose Ramirez, I wonder if that's going to be at like more welterweight. I feel like Jose Ramirez, it's time for him to kind of move up a little bit. I know Devin Haney wants to move up. I don't believe he's going to be 140 anymore. I think him and Ryan's eventually probably going to be at 147. So we'll find out those details tomorrow. And obviously Teofimo Lopez versus Arnold Barboza. Another good fight. Arnold Barboza on a roll. Beat Jose Ramirez in Saudi Arabia. Beat Jack Catterall in the UK. Man, look at Arnold Barboza. He's just been asking for a shot this whole time, and maybe because he doesn't have a whole lot of knockouts on his record, or I don't know, he didn't have the backing. For whatever reason, people weren't giving him a shot. Top Rank couldn't get him to fight Teofimo Lopez. He got it. He got it with Golden Boy. So it's also Golden Boy against everyone if you think about it, because Ryan Garcia's Golden Boy, Jose Ramirez's Golden Boy, and Barbosa's Golden Boy. So shout out to Golden Boy for having all those fighters in big fights. I don't think this will be overturned. That's a far-fetched. I don't know. I wouldn't say it's too far-fetched. New York did overturn Devin Haney's loss. Yes, Ryan tested positive, but I want to say, didn't they also overturn? I might have been in the fight, but I want to say the ref in the Vito Melnicki fight called the cut a headbutt. I'm pretty sure it was during the fight, but the New York Commission changed that to a punch, and I don't know if the fight stopped because of that. I really don't remember that, but I know that just happened. So I don't know how far-fetched it is. We'll see. The fact that Lamont talked about it, I think there's a little smoke to that fire. So I guess we'll see. But appreciate you guys all watching. Thank you. I'll be back next Monday. I'm trying to set up the live stream for 12:30. Hopefully I get a guest with me so we could chop up boxing here with you guys for a minute. But thank you guys for watching. Appreciate you guys. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. Super chats are much appreciated. And thank you guys. Peace, man. Peaks Kingsley. Appreciate you guys all watching. Thank you guys for all the comments. And let's just see real quick. Final poll results. Roach won 77%. Tank won 10%. And the draw was fair is 13%. So, man, a lot of you guys, 77%, man. It's that opinion that is why we're going to get this rematch sooner than later, I think. Tank's talking March. I think that's a little ambitious, but I think we could, I think Amazon Prime will get behind it. We might have a big one in the summer again with these guys. But hey, y'all, pretty big mess. Appreciate you guys all watching. Thank you, and see you tomorrow. Tune in. Thanks.